Hello everyone, Mr. Blanco here. And I've been gone for a very long time. If some of you are familiar with my other channel that I have, my Mr. Blanco VA channel, and are here from there, yeah, I haven't been posting on TikTok or the actual Mr. Blanco YouTube channel because I've been working on various projects. Which is why you're seeing an update video on this channel. And there was a name changed on this channel. So I'm gonna get into all the major news and updates right here in this video. But before I do, I want to give a massive thank you to everyone in the DBAT development server, because you guys have been, oh man, you guys have been fantastic. Like, you guys don't understand, like, I say it time and time again in that server, I'm very extremely thankful and grateful for them because they bring the characters to life, and I'm just happy. I'm just very happy about this. And those of you who've been following the channel, and like I said before, you haven't seen anything of DBAT, please get excited for when this release, because it's definitely releasing this year. Which now I can start getting into the update. So the first major update, you may have seen it, you definitely have seen it. It's not called DBAT anymore. It's not Dragon Ball AT, which originally stood for Arul and Tarmat. The reason being is because a friend of mine went on Google one day, because he'll like to look up like certain things and stuff like that. And so he winded up looking up Dragon Ball AT to see if, you know, there was anything called that. And he showed it to me. He's like, hey, yo, look. So I looked it up myself. And I was like, oh, this isn't good. Now, the actual content is good, like don't get me wrong, but in the sense of, okay, you have two different fan mangas called Dragon Ball AT. That isn't good, because it's like, which one is which, and people might get confused. And the AT stood for Another Time, I believe. Yeah, it stood for Dragon Ball Another Time in that particular manga. It was a story about Trunks and all that different other stuff. So if you want to go support Dragon Ball, the actual Dragon Ball AT, Dragon Ball Another Time, go give it a look up. And yeah, it's pretty cool from the core context of what I saw. So because of that, we had to change the name. And so me and my friend were just, you know, sitting around trying to come up with different ideas, and he gave me the name. He's like, what about Dragon Ball ARTA? It's the first initials of Arul and the first initials of Tarmat just combined. And so I was like, oh, alright. And he says that it sounds way cooler too, and it kind of does. Dragon Ball ARTA. So yeah, that's going to be the official name going forward now. Another friend of mine volunteered to make the logo, which I think came out super sick. It was way better than the DBZ font I was using, because it just felt like, okay, this is computer made. But this feels organic. And the stylization of the logo is very close, like very eerily close to the original Dragon Ball logos for like Z and Ball. And that's kind of the playing field that I wanted here, because again, Dragon Ball ARTA is supposed to be a tribute to Toriyama's original works of the original Dragon Ball series, like from the Dragon Ball saga all the way to Piccolo Jr. And the fights are inspired by Z. And some other stuff like the comedy, the characters, the interactions and stuff like that. Dr. Slump. So I find that the logos came out very well made. Very well made. And so yeah, that's pretty much the big update in regards to what's going on here. Which kind of leads me into my next point. Into like what I'm going to obviously say next. So Dragon Ball AT is slated. It's slated to release around late 2022. So expect it like at the earliest, maybe September, October. That's like the earliest. And expect at the latest, I would say like December maybe, because the scripts is done. Like the actual scripts are done. I'm just waiting for the voice actors, and I'm gonna have to make the panels. And so making the panels is gonna be pretty interesting. Which leads me into my next and final news, what I'm actually going to wind up doing with Dragon Ball AT and how you guys are going to be able to consume the story once it comes out. So, Dragon Ball AT as a story and as a script, I didn't want to be, how would you say, restricted. I didn't want to be restricted into what I could write, right? So because I didn't want to be restricted in the sense of, well, I'm using Xenoverse 2, you know, characters can't do certain things. It's a little weird. Even though I am using mods, there are just certain things that I can't do. There's going to be 2 versions of Dragon Ball AT. And a third one, but that's really just for if you like reading more, you know, that's mostly for the people that like reading more. So there's going to be the audio manga, which there's going to be no visuals in it, and that's probably going to be the one to come out first. So if you see Dragon Ball AT come out extremely early, like we're talking about maybe August, it's because the audio manga is coming out first. And so what the audio manga is going to be is just, you're going to be able to imagine, it's going to be like a podcast, you're going to be able to imagine the story, you're going to be able to hear the characters and all that good stuff. And I'm going to really emphasize the sound effects in that version to really get across the points that are being that I'm trying to make when telling the story. And so yeah, that's going to be a thing. And so the second version is also going to be the audio with the actual panels, like the way that you saw in the DBAT trailer, like the original trailer. And so in the trailer, as you guys saw, it's obviously the audio with the visuals, with sound effects, with music, with all that good stuff. It's just the visuals. Now, as far as certain scenes, if there is a scene that I just can't do, like there's no amount of Photoshop in the world that could make this thing happen, I might do a transition into like the podcast like screen, because the podcast screen is going to look different from the visual screen, obviously. So you'll see that come up, and then the next page would wind up showing up once those panels can be seen. But the fights you guys are definitely going to be able to see. I'm going to make sure of that. The fights, definitely, I have to make sure you guys are able to see in the actual illustration version of Dragon Ball AT. And the third and final version, which is not really a version, I guess it is, depending on, yeah, never mind, it's counted as a version. So, the third and final version of Dragon Ball ARTA, I caught myself this time, I have to get used to the name. Third version of Dragon Ball ARTA is going to be a readable manga version, so I'm just going to post it online, you know, post it somewhere. I don't know where yet, but I'm going to find a place. And so, yeah, Dragon Ball ARTA is going to have a readable manga version, so no audio, no nothing. It's not even a video or anything like that. You can just go, you know, read through it, read through the panels if you're like a hardcore Dragon Ball fan, and if you want to see that I did pay tribute, and then you could criticize me if I haven't, you know, that's okay. But yeah, so there's going to be that too. So it's going to be really, really cool and unique how these 3 versions intertwine with each other, because it's all the same story, it's all the same dialogue, but there's different ways of digesting it. And that's because me and my buddy Alex really want you guys to consume this story. This is a story that was conceived in my mind back in 2015, and it's gone through major changes. And Alex came in later and, you know, helped me out once he really got into Dragon Ball. He got really into Dragon Ball. And so we started working on it together. And so we want you guys to really enjoy this series, really get into it, and just hope that you're able to enjoy a actual Dragon Ball story. Not saying that, you know, the Dragon Ball Super manga isn't a Dragon Ball story, because it obviously is, but a Dragon Ball story in the sense of what came before, like Dragon Ball, because that's what this is inspired by. Sorry, I misspoke. This is what this is inspired by. It's inspired by original Dragon Ball, and I'm really excited for it. So there's adventure, there's actual story, there's very little fighting, but when the fighting does happen, it's impactful. I'm sorry too if I kind of bumped into my mic just then and you heard it. But yeah, so this is going to be great. OG Dragon Ball fans, criticize me as hard as you possibly can. And remember, this takes place in Universe 6, not 7. So when you say certain things like, but the Universe 7 Saiyans are you know, savages and all this stuff. The Universe 6 Saiyans are not. And the other disclaimer I am going to put in here, because I just think it's something that people should know, is the fact that the Universe 6 Earth, there wasn't a lot of context given in the actual Dragon Ball Super source material. We just know that it was destroyed in a dangerous war, and Beerus was able to bring it back for Champa, for his brother. And so that's all we know. We only know that it's similar in technology and food. And so I played around with it, and I'm gonna save the surprise. You guys are gonna see what I mean. This Earth, this is definitely a spoiler. There's probably not even a subtle hint, but some of you may get it, some of you may not. If you watch Back to the Future, Marty McFly, man, this Earth is Marty McFly. That's all I'm gonna say. Watch Back to the Future and you'll understand. That's what this Earth is sort of based off of. So you're gonna see little references here and there. But yeah, it was really nice talking with you all once again. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you do want to help out in the project, I don't know if you know what? This actually brings up a good idea. I forgot that I even made this. So there's a platform known as Gilded, and so I made a Dragon Ball AT server in Gilded. It's a fan server, so there's other stuff too. There's like channels for like regular Dragon Ball talk, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, you know, Xenoverse, all that other stuff. And so if you want to join the Gilded, not the Discord, because the Discord is going to be for the development, and the Gilded is going to be for the actual community, just because Gilded is a really cool place, and I think people from Discord would like Gilded. You know, if you do have a Gilded, come over, say hello, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun time, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm excited for this story. I really am. I've probably rambled on way too long. Gilded's gonna be down in the link down in the link below. I don't know how to speak like some of those cool, you know, YouTubers out there, but it's all right, man. You guys stay safe. Enjoy your day. God bless, and I hope that you guys can enjoy Dragon Ball not Dragon Ball AT. I keep forgetting Dragon Ball ARTA when it releases. Stay safe, y'all. Mr. Blanco out.